Hello students, today we are going to see the structure of antibody. In last lecture we have seen different cells which are responsible for our immune system. Out of that there are two types of cells, lymphocytes and antigen presenting cells. And in lymphocytes there are two different types of lymphocytes, T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. And from that, B lymphocytes are responsible for antibody mediated immunity that we have seen in the last lecture. So what is mean by antibody and what does is structure showing the antibody, that we have to study in this point. So here antibody it is produced by plasma cells of B lymphocytes, as we have seen in the last lecture. That is, B lymphocytes when get stimulated, the B lymphocytes are producing two types of cells, plasma cells and memory cells, and from that plasma cells are responsible for the production of antibodies. So here the antibodies are special types of glycoproteins produced in response to a particular antigen, and that is called as antibody. What is meant by antibody? Antibody is a specialized glycoprotein which is produced in response to an antigen, and that is called as antibody. These antibodies are also called as immunoglobulins, IGs, immunoglobulins. Here is the word immunoglobulins, produced by plasma cells of B lymphocytes, that you have to remember for the examination point of view. And these antibodies, here we can see in human body different types of antibodies are produced, and these types are here IgA means immunoglobulin A, IgM immunoglobulin M, IgE immunoglobulin E, and IgG immunoglobulin G. Means here A, M, E, G are some type of antibodies which are produced in human body. Out of that, the colostrum means first milk which is secreted by the mammary gland during the parturition. After delivery, the mammary gland secretes first milk that is somewhat yellowish in color and that is sticky in nature, and that first milk is called as a colostrum, and that colostrum is consisting of the antibody which is known as IgA type of antibody. Here you have to remember this colostrum consists of IgA type of antibody, and which is responsible for protection of the infant. जे जन्मलेल्या बाळाचं प्रोटेक्शन करण्याचं काम त्या अँटीबॉडीकडून केलं जातं. त्यामुळे कोलोस्ट्रममध्ये कोणती अँटीबॉडी असते तर IgA, हे इथं आपण लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे. सो हिअर द जनरल इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट अँटीबॉडी वी हॅव सीन. नाव what is the structure of antibody, how the structure of antibody is formed, what is the basic structure. Here we can see, as antibody is a glycoprotein, means it is basically protein, and therefore antibody is a Y-shaped structure which is consisting of 4 polypeptide chains. Here antibody is a Y alphabet shaped structure which is consisting of 4 polypeptide chains. Here 2 heavy chains which are called as H chains and 2 light chains which are called as L chains. 2 heavy chains and 2 light chains, and therefore the representation of the antibodies can be done as H2L2, means 2 heavy chains and 2 light chains, and therefore the 4 polypeptide chain consisting antibody is represented as H2L2, and all these 4 polypeptide chains are combined together or they are held together by bisulfide bridge or bisulfide bond, and there is formation of a Y-shaped structure. So here the 4 polypeptide chains are held together by bisulfide bonds, that is S. 2 sulfides are there, bisulfide bond to form a Y-shaped structure, and the region that is holding arm and stem of the antibody, that region is called as a hinge. So we have to understand these points from the structure of antibody. Here you can see the structure of antibody. The structure of antibody is like Y-shaped structure. You can see here, this is one arm, this is one arm, and this is the base or stem of the antibody. The 4 polypeptide chains you can see here. This is the first polypeptide chain. second polypeptide chain, third polypeptide chain and fourth polypeptide chain. So all these 4 polypeptide chains are bind together with the help of disulfide bonds. Here you can see this is bond, this is here and here. So all the 4 polypeptide chains are held together or they bind together with the help of disulfide bonds, and these 4 polypeptide chains, out of these 4 polypeptide chains, 2 are light chains. Here you can see very short chains are present, this one and this one. So these are 2 short chains or 2 light chains, and these are 2 long chains or heavy chains. You can see this chain and this chain. So there are 2 heavy chains or long chains and 2 light chains or short chains. Okay. So here in detail we have to study the structure. This is the base or stem of the antibody, and these are the arms, and where these arm and base are joined together, that structure is called as a hinge. Here you can say hinge. This is the arm and this is the base. This is the arm and this is the base. These are connected at a point. That point is called as a hinge. Then these all 4 polypeptide chains are showing 2 parts. One is the constant part and second is the variable part. Here you can see the yellowish region, dotted yellowish region is known as constant region of the heavy chain. Means the structure of this chain at this constant region is not changing. It is permanent as it is. And here also this is the heavy chain and this is the constant region of the heavy chain. Likewise here the light chains constant part and this is the light chains constant part. Here you can see constant region of the light chain. Means both the chains, that is heavy chain and light chain, both are showing half part, that is constant region. Here you can see this is constant region of the light chain and this is constant region of the heavy chain. In the same way this is constant region of the light chain and this is constant region of the heavy chain. And the remaining part, the proximal part or the anterior part of this chain, it is known as variable region of the light chain. This region is called as variable region light chain and this region is called as variable region of the heavy chain. So both these heavy chains and light chains are showing 2 parts. First is the constant region and second is the variable region. This is constant region of light chain and this is variable region of the light chain. This is constant region of the heavy chain and this is variable region of the heavy chain. So all this structure is included in the antibody, and these variable regions, this is heavy chains variable region and this is variable region of light chain. Both these regions are combining and they are showing antigen binding site. Here you can see this is the antigen binding site and it is called as a paratope. This region it is called as a paratope. Here also you can see the same way antigen binding site. One antibody is showing 2 antigen binding sites. Means this antibody is bind with the antigen by using this site and this site, and each antibody is showing 2 antigen binding sites. Therefore antibodies are called as a bivalent because single antibody is combined with 2 antigens because it is showing 2 antigen binding sites. Okay, so this is all about the structure of antibody that just we have studied. Now how the antigen antibody complex are formed, that we have to see. So each chain shows 2 distinct regions, variable region and constant region. Variable region consists of antigen antibody binding site which is called as a paratope, and this part of antibody recognizes and binds to the antigen to form antigen antibody complex, and most of the antibodies carries 2 antigen binding sites and therefore these are called as a bivalent. So these points we have studied. Now how this antigen antibody complex is formed. So here there is a branch of science which deals, or the branch of immunology particularly, which deals with the study of different reactions between antigen and antibody. and this is called as a serology. So here is the definition: the branch of immunology which deals with the study of antigen antibody reactions, and that is called as a serology. In serology, different reactions between antigen and antibody are studied, and that reaction is called as a, that branch is called as a serology. So here we have seen already, each antigen has each specific antibody, or specific antibody is produced for specific antigen, and likewise each antibody is specific for specific antigen or particular antigen. Combining sites of antigen are called as the antigenic determinants or epitopes. Just like the antibody is having antigen binding site, the antigens are also having antigenic determinants, and these sites are called as epitopes, which react with the antigen binding sites of antibodies, that is paratope. That in diagram we have seen, the antibody is having antigen binding site, that region is called as a paratope. Likewise, antigen is also having a site to which antibody is attached, and that site is called as a antigenic determinant, and that site is called as a epitope. Means when antigen and antibody are combining with each other, the paratope of antibody and epitope of antigen are combining with each other. Okay, so here the antigen binding site, that is paratopes, are located on the variable regions of the antibody, and the antigen antibody locks in a key fashion. They are combining with a lock and key fashion, they are binding with a lock and key fashion and forming an antigen antibody complex. So here particular antibody is produced for particular antigen. जसं एक कुलूप आहे ते एका किल्लीनेच उघडलं जातं, दुसऱ्या कुठल्याही किल्लीने ते कुलूप उघडलं जाणार नाही. सेम त्याच पद्धतीने आपल्याला इथं अँटीजन अँटीबॉडीचं बाइंडिंग जे आहे ते लॉक अँड की फॅशनमध्ये झालेलं बघायला मिळतं. कोणत्याही अँटीजेनला मारण्यासाठी कोणतीही अँटीबॉडी तयार होत नाही. स्पेसिफिक अँटीजेनसाठी स्पेसिफिक अँटीबॉडी काय केली जाते, तिथं तयार केली जाते. सो हिअर यू कॅन सी दिस इज द व्हेरिएबल रिजन. दिस इज द व्हेरिएबल रिजन ऑफ लाईट चेन. दिस इज द व्हेरिएबल रिजन ऑफ हेवी चेन. वी कॅन ऑल्सो कॉल इट एज अ पॅराटोप. These sites are called as a paratope. या आत गेलेला रिजन हा पॅराटोप आहे. And this is the antigen, and this antigen is having this red color structure that is called as the antigenic determinant, means epitope. And antigen binding site म्हणजेच इथं आपण त्याला म्हणणार आहे paratope. This epitope and paratope are combined with each other, and there is formation of antigen antibody complex. And this binding is lock and key fashion मध्ये आपल्याला बघायला मिळेल. सो हिअर वी कॅन सी देर आर डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ अँटीजेन्स अँड हाऊ दिस अँटीजेन इज कंबाइंड विथ अँटीबॉडी. दीज आर वाय शेप्ड अँटीबॉडीज. दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ व्हायरस यू कॅन सी, अँड दीज आर दी अँटीबॉडीज वी कॅन सी हिअर. दे आर अटॅचिंग टू दी पर्टिक्युलर अँटीजेन, अँड देअरफॉर here we can see antigen determinant is called as a epitope, and paratope of antibodies point to epitope. So here you can see this is the structure paratope, and this is the structure of epitope. Epitope antigen वरती असतात आणि paratope असतात ते antibody वरती असतात. So here the formation of antigen antibody complex, how it is formed? The paratope of antibody is combined with epitope of antigen, and there is formation of antigen antibody complex. Okay, so this is all about the structure of antigen antibody and how the antigen antibody complex is formed. So here from that one question is asked in 2015: if you suspect major deficiency of antibodies in a person, to which of the following would you look for the confirmatory evidence? Means here question, understand, if you suspect major deficiency of antibodies, there is a deficiency of antibodies in a person, so what is the confirmatory evidence you look for? What the test can be done in that person's body to check the antibody? So here option: fibrinogen in plasma, serum albumin, serum globulin and hemocytes. Can you guess the answer? What will be the answer here? Antibodies are known as immunoglobulins, and these are particularly present in serum. So here the C option is the correct answer, serum globulins. Okay, so this is the question related to this antigen antibody. Now another question here, the same year 2015. Which of the following immunoglobulins does constitute the largest percentage in human milk? In human milk, which of the immunoglobulin or which of the antibodies are present in high percent? So here 4 options are given: IgD, IgM, IgA and IgG. Just we have seen the colostrum, that is first milk, that is having IgA type of immunoglobulin. So here is the answer, IgA type of immunoglobulins are present highly in the human milk. So this is the answer. Now another point here we have to study, that is graft rejection. As you know, in many patients the transplantation of organs can be done, and as we know, in many cases kidney transplantation can be done. But when we have done that operation of kidney transplantation, means we are grafting the kidney of one person to another person, and when organ of another person's body grafted in our body is not able to adjust the other body's organ. So here that graft may be rejected, and what is the reason behind that graft rejection? Means our body is showing immunity, and as you know, the characteristic feature of our immunity system is our immunity system is able to differentiate between self cells and other body cells or foreign cells. So here when the grafting is done or when transplantation of one organ is taking place inside our body is not able to accept the organ which is transplanted from other's body, and therefore our body is rejecting that organ, or they are rejecting that transplantation operation. So in many cases we have seen the graft rejection. What is the reason behind that? That we will see here in this point. It is particularly for NEET exam. So you have to remember this. Grafts from any source cannot be made because the grafts would be rejected sooner or later. Means here you can take graft from any source, but that is not successful grafting because that graft would be rejected by our body as well as soon or late. So here first of all, before grafting we have to take the tissue matching or blood group matching. Means we have to first check that the tissue matching or blood group matching is there between the person which have to be transplanted. So these are essential factors while undertaking any graft or transplant, and also patient has to take immunosuppressants for all his life, because our body is not able to accept the other's organ, and therefore to suppress our immunity we have to take different immunosuppressant. म्हणजे काय होतं की दुसऱ्या व्यक्तीच्या बॉडीमधला एखादा ऑर्गन आपल्या शरीरामध्ये ट्रान्सप्लांट केला तर आपली बॉडी त्या ऑर्गनला काय करू शकत नाही, ॲक्सेप्ट करू शकत नाही. इम्युनिटी सिस्टीम काय होणार आहे तिथं आपली ॲक्टिव्ह होणार आहे, आणि त्याच्यामुळे त्या ऑर्गनला ॲक्सेप्ट केलं जाणार नाही. आणि ते होण्यासाठी काय केलं जातं, ज्या ज्या वेळेला ग्राफ्ट रिजेक्शन होण्यासाठी रोखायचं असेल, आपल्याला ग्राफ्ट रिजेक्शन होऊ द्यायचं नसेल, तर त्यावेळेला त्या व्यक्तीमध्ये इम्युनोसप्रेशन म्हणजे अशी काही औषधं चालू करावी लागतात की ज्याच्यामुळं त्या व्यक्तीची इम्युनिटी सिस्टीम काय होईल, सप्रेस केली जाईल. कारण ती इम्युनिटी सिस्टीम सप्रेस झाल्याशिवाय ऑर्गन ट्रान्सप्लांटेशनचा एक्सपेरिमेंट तिथं सक्सेसफुल होणार नाही. ओके, कॅन यू अंडरस्टँड दिस? सो हिअर this graft rejection is taking place because the body is able to differentiate self and non-self. That is, cell-mediated immune response is responsible for graft rejection. You have to understand this. Our body is able to differentiate between self and other cells, and therefore in graft rejection cell-mediated immune response is playing very important role. That is the reason why grafts are rejected or why the transplantation operations are rejected by our body during the transplantation operation. So here first of all you have to understand why this graft rejection is taking place, because our body is able to differentiate between self and non-self cells, and therefore our cell mediated immunity of the body is responsible for the graft rejection. Okay, so this is very much important point, and related to that in the NEET exam 2017 question is asked here, transplantation of tissues or organs fails often due to non-acceptance by the patient's body. Which type of immune response is responsible for such rejections? Very straightforward question is asked here. Transplantation of any tissue or organ fails often due to non-acceptance by the patient's body. So why this happens? Which type of immune response is responsible for such rejection? So here 4 options are given: autoimmune response, cell-mediated immune, hormonal immune response, or physiological immune response. Just we have seen here the option is cell-mediated immune, because the cell-mediated immunity is responsible for the graft rejection. So this is the B option is the answer. Now another question here is asked here in the NEET MCQ 2015, grafted kidney may be rejected in a patient due to the transplanted kidney or grafted kidney is rejected. What is the reason? Cell mediated immune system, or humoral immune system, or passive immune response, or innate immune response. So from that we have to understand the answer is cell mediated immune response is responsible for here grafting the kidney. Now another question related to this point here, very long question is there. 4 statements are given, and from that 4 statements 2 correct statements have to be identified. So consider the following 4 statements 1 to 4 regarding kidney transplant and select the 2 correct ones out of these. So what are the 4 statements here we have to see. First statement is, even if a kidney transplant is proper, the recipient may need to take immunosuppressants for a long time. This is the first sentence. Second, the cell mediated immune response is responsible for the graft rejection. This is the second sentence. Third, the B lymphocytes are responsible for rejection of the graft. And fourth, the acceptance or rejection of a kidney transplant depends on specific interference. So there are 4 sentences given, out of which 2 correct statements we have to identify. So first of all, first statement, what does it mean? A kidney transplant is proper, the recipient may need to take immunosuppressant for a long time. As you know, the kidney transplanted operations, the patient was able to receive that kidney, and therefore that patient may take immunosuppressant for a long time. So this is the correct statement. Now second, the cell mediated immune response is responsible for graft rejection. This is also correct statement. Now third, the B lymphocytes are responsible for rejection of the graft. Is it correct? B lymphocytes are responsible for graft rejection? No, because graft rejection is made by cell mediated immunity, and cell mediated immunity is taken by T lymphocytes. So here B lymphocytes are not responsible. So this is incorrect sentence, and this, the acceptance or rejection of a kidney transplant depends on specific interference. No, there is no role of interference for the acceptance or rejection of the graft, and therefore the first 2 statements are correct. So here option is given 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 1, 2. So here the C and D options are same here, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Therefore the correct answer is 1 and 2. First statement and second statement is the correct statement regarding the kidney transplantation. Okay. So here another question related to this point is, which one of the following statement is correct with the respect of immunity? In respect to immunity, which statement is correct? So here, preformed antibodies need to be injected to treat the bite of viper snake. Second, the antibodies against smallpox pathogen are produced by T lymphocytes. Then, antibodies are protein molecules, each of which has 4 light chains, and rejection of a kidney is the function of B lymphocytes. Out of these 4, which statement is correct regarding to immunity? That we have to identify. So what is the answer? Here, preformed antibodies need to be injected to treat the bite of viper snake. म्हणजे सापाने चावल्यानंतर त्याला ट्रीट करायचं असेल तर आपल्याला प्रीफॉर्म्ड अँटीबॉडीचा वापर करावा लागेल. ओके, हा त्याचा अर्थ आहे. सेकंड, द अँटीबॉडीज अगेन्स्ट स्मॉलपॉक्स पॅथोजन आर प्रोड्युस्ड बाय टी लिम्फोसाइट. टी लिम्फोसाइटकडून अँटीबॉडीज तयार होत नाहीत, त्यामुळे हा ऑप्शन चुकलेला आहे इथं. अँटीबॉडीज आर प्रोटीन मोलिक्युल्स, दिस इज करेक्ट, बट ईच ऑफ विच हॅज 4 लाईट चेन्स. ओनली 2 लाईट चेन्स आर देअर, therefore it is the wrong statement. And here, rejection of a kidney graft is the function of B lymphocyte. No, rejection of kidney graft is the function of T lymphocyte. So here the correct answer of this question is first option. Preformed antibodies need to be injected to treat the bite of a viper snake. So here the antibodies against smallpox pathogens are produced by T9. काय येणार आहे? B lymphocyte येणार आहे. It is the correct answer or correct statement. And here antibodies are protein molecules, each of which has 4 light chains. The correct statement is 2 light chains. And here the rejection of kidney graft is the function of B lymphocyte. The correct statement would be T lymphocyte. So from these 4 option, the first A option is the correct statement regarding the immunity. So there are the different questions that we have seen regarding to the immunity, and we have studied in this lecture what is the structure of antibody and how this antigen and antibody complex is formed. Antibody, it is a specialized glycoprotein structure consisting of 4 polypeptide chains. Out of that 4 polypeptide chains, 2 are heavy and 2 are light, and therefore it is represented as H2L2. Each chain is showing 2 regions. One is the constant region and second is the variable region. Constant region remains as it is of the 4 these chains, but the variable region is showing changes in their structure, and this variable region is also known as antigen binding site, or it is also called as a paratope. In the same way, the antigen is also having some sites which are called as a antigenic determinant sites, which are called as a epitope. And when the antigen and antibody combines with each other, there is formation of a antigen antibody complex in which epitope and paratope are combined with each other. That point we have studied here, and the next point we have studied the graft rejection. In the graft rejection, there is cell mediated immune response which is playing very important role regarding this graft rejection, because when others organ transplanted in our body is not accepted that organ which is taken from others person, and therefore our immunity system is responsible for graft rejection. Okay, so this is about the today's lecture. The next point we have to study in the next lecture. Thank you.